tested their technology, so the live stream technology, and we've got some cool features that no other platform has. So it'll be a subscription service, and so that's partly what makes it a replacement for Patreon to some degree, because we want to be able to monetize creators. But we've got different terms of service, and so the essential issue with the terms of service will be that once you're on our platform, we won't take you down unless we're ordered to by a U.S. court of law. That's basically the idea. So we're trying to make an anti-censorship platform. And then there's other features too that are quite cool and unique. So for example, you might be interested in this with regards to your podcast. So if you listen to your podcast on our platform, people will be able to pick a time in the podcast, like maybe a 30-second clip, and just mark it out. And then they'll be able to either make a written comment about it or an auditory comment and then send that to a friend, or post it, so that there can be continual running conversations in audio and written form on podcast content constantly. We want to do the same thing for YouTube videos so that people can append their own video to any part of a video and then distribute that to their network, or also post it so that people can watch, so that we're hoping we can get a real dialogue. We can really add dialogue to the podcast and YouTube world. We're also going to do the same thing with books. So if you buy an ebook on the platform, you'll be able to annotate publicly. And so what that should mean is that every book that's sold on our platform that many people purchase will become the center of multiple conversations. And we can do that with books that are in the public domain. So, for example, one of the books we're going to post right away is Beyond Good and Evil by Nietzsche. And I'm going to start annotating it, and so what that should mean, if you look at the Bible, it's a good example. People have been annotating it for 5,000 years, right? Every verse has God, books written on it. So it's just this incredibly expanded document that's pulled in thousands and thousands of people to this collective conversation. And this platform should be able to allow people to do that with great works of art, and then with current affairs and events, and such as YouTube videos and podcasts. And so it's nice looking too. It's got a fairly professional feel. We're hoping that we'll be able to pull people who are interested in intelligent conversation specifically into this platform, and maybe start to pull them away from YouTube and some of the less specialized channels. I'm hoping it's that plus, our anti-censorship stance, and it'll be invitation only to begin with, so that we can beta test it, make sure the damn thing works, and that we're not fooling ourselves about its appeal. So that's come a long ways, and hopefully, I think we've got 4, 5, 6 people who are interested, who are lined up. Ruben is going to use it. I'm going to use it. James Altucher, Jocko Willink, Michael Shermer. I think those are, and Carl Benjamin, Sargon of Akkad. They'll be our first beta testers, fundamentally.
That sounds awesome.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to it, man. If the bloody thing works, I'd like to have a conversation with you about it at some point, because.
Oh, for sure. I would love to try it.
Okay. Well, I'll let the developer know, and but I think the annotation feature could be really cool, and we're also setting it up so that if you do comment, all the comments will be up and down voted. And if your ratio of down votes to up votes falls below 50-50, then your comments will be hidden. People will still be able to see them if they click, but you'll disappear, from the mainstream. And we don't know if 50-50 is right. We're going to have to play with that, because we're also trying to control stupid trolling. And I think we're going to put a minimum length requirement on for written comments, so that you can't just say 4 words, like this guy's a fucking idiot, no, we don't need that. So that, if the minimum comment length is 50 words, you're going to have to put a little thought into it. Even if you're being a troll, hopefully you'll be a quasi-witty troll. So anyways.
Yeah, that's the ultimate battle, right? Is trying to combat the trolls in some sort of a way or mitigate their impact.
Yeah, well, it's the ultimate battle is to do that without being censorious, right? Because
Yeah,
you want
yeah,
people to be able to express their opinion, but there's a difference between, it's subtle, but there's a difference between productive dialogue and provocation without wit for the purpose of causing trouble.
There's so many people out there that are just bored, and that's what they use the internet for. They're at work, they're in a cubicle all day, and they get their jollies out of just fucking with people online. And my producer, Jamie, he has a friend who does that. I mean, this is what this friend does. He has a bunch of accounts, and he just trolls people. He tries to troll celebrities, and he tries to get them to respond to him. And he says mean things to them, and that's how he entertains himself while he's at work.
That same dark side that was manifested to a much greater degree in Bill Cosby.
Yeah. Right. The guy is also depressed. He's also a depressed guy. He's a failure in life, and he's everything you would expect. Yeah, someone who uses that kind of time for recreation.
Right. So the issue with him is like he should take some of that. So if he would admit to himself his aggression, if he'd come to terms with it, he could take that damn aggression and he could integrate it into his personality. And that would make him able to focus on his life. Like you said, when you started your martial arts fighting, that you were obsessed, hey? And you were also sick of being pushed around and all of that. And you were like willing to do something about it. But obviously, and it's obvious just talking to you, that the aggressive part of your character is like deeply integrated inside of you. It's not hiding out in some corner doing stupid things that, you're not paying attention to. It's right there at hand. And you get a guy like the one you're talking about, he's split into meek and depressed and ineffectual on the one hand, and cruel and resentful and bitter on the other. And if those two things would marry, he'd get half his personality back and maybe some of his dynamism. And so it's a real waste of time.
Well, I think a lot of people just feel just totally powerless. And they feel like this is the only way they can affect others is by reaching out and trolling or saying mean things. And I think that many people take these terrible paths in their lives, which are not productive, and they don't feel good about it. They don't respond well to whatever they're doing with their life. And they have this constant state of anxiety. It's like Thoreau's quote, most men live lives of quiet desperation. So
yes,
one of my
except
favorite
the trolls
quotes.
live lives of noisy desperation.
Yeah, very
That's
similar.
That's what the internet has allowed.
Yes. Jordan, I got to wrap this up. I got to get out of here, unfortunately. This was a long and wonderful conversation, though, like we always have.
Hey, well, we damn near got caught up. You got 30 seconds?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay,
sure.
well, let's end it off. I want to know what are you up to next, man? Like, what do you want to have happen? You've got this crazy reach. You've got this crazy platform. What's on your horizon? Anything other than what you're doing?
No, I just enjoy what I'm doing. I'd like to continue doing what I'm doing. I'm very happy that people enjoy the show. I'm very, very happy that it's affecting people in a positive way, that they're getting inspiration out of it, and they're getting information and entertainment and education. And it means the world to me. I love it. I love doing the podcast. I love doing stand-up. I love everything that I'm doing. I mean, I'm very, very happy with my career and family life. I couldn't be happier. So I just like to keep doing what I'm doing. I don't have any crazy aspirations other than continuing to get better at everything that I try to work at.
Yeah, well, that's a crazy aspiration, man, because you got a lot of things going for you that are very, very unlikely, and to hope, I don't mean to hope that they'll get better, but to continue to work to get those better, that seems like sufficient aspiration from my perspective. So look,
I think if you work at anything, you're trying to improve. And there's always room. There's always room for improvement in everything, in your personality, in your work, in everything. And that's what I strive for. I strive for improvement.
Yeah, well, that edge of improvement's a good place to be. Look, I wanted also to thank you. Just so you know it, especially that first interview you did with me, that was really helpful to me. And I mean, I've enjoyed all the talks that we've had, and they've been really productive, and they've had very big impact on my life, but lots of people have watched them. And so it seems to me that we've had a pretty productive series of interactions, but I do owe you some thanks. And also thanks for coming on this podcast, man. It was really good.
My pleasure. My pleasure. And
I will definitely talk to you about ThinkSpot once we get it going and see that it works, because I didn't have any hope for its success when it first, it was a little ugly baby thing, because, it's too impossible, but it's looking pretty damn good and it's got some cool features. So it'd be nice to have a censorship-free platform if we could figure out how to do that.
That sounds very exciting. I'm very interested. I can't wait to try it.
All right, man.
Thank you, Jordan.
Hey, thanks a lot.
My pleasure.
Good luck. Hey, good luck with your improvement, and I'm looking forward
Thank you.
to the comedy special.
Thank you, my brother. Take care.
Ciao, Joe.